Alright, let's get stuck in best of 5 OSM versus Daniel. You might notice that both these players have similar ping, which is rare to see. OSM generally has very high ping to both Europe and even higher to US East these days because he's living... Actually, where is OSM living? Is he living in Singapore or something? Whereabouts is he? Look at this. 1-0 Daniel in the Batmobile. What is going on? Did not expect to see Daniel in the Batmobile today. Yeah, but where's OSM? Somebody in chat might know. Seoul? Someone saying? Korea? Usually. Well, he is now residing in Southeast Asia, if I'm not mistaken, and playing for Gladiators. The reason he's in America right now is because he is boot camping for the Winter Major with his teammates Maxiu and LCT. They play for Gladiators. They qualified for the Winter Major ahead of formerly known as James Shees, now known as Elevate, who were the favourites to qualify. Very, very hype qualification match they had. The story of the split, if you missed it, for APAC this split, as far as Elevate and Gladiators go, is that Gladiators OSM's team had a points advantage going into the second. I can't remember if they won it. I don't think they won. Did Gladiators win the first regional of this split? I don't remember if they won it. I just know that they got more points than Elevate. I think they might have beaten them in the final, actually, of the first regional. But there was lots of copium from the Elevate guys. Valid copium, because apparently they had to play on old PCs for that regional. And although they lost that one, they rebounded pretty strongly, and they won the second one very easily. So everybody thought, oh yeah, Detonator won. So Gladiators weren't able to win it, but they were able to outperform Elevate. So... yeah, going into the last event, the winner of the grand final was going to go. That's essentially what happened. Or essentially what went down. Gladiators OSM team met the favourites, Elevate, in the grand final, and Elevate were winning 3-1 in a best of 7, and then OSM team came back for 3 games straight to win it. Very exciting series. So yeah, that's the reason I want to tell you guys about it. If you want to go watch their grand final match in the regional 3. I mean, you don't get any more exciting than that. A one team or one spot region. APAC only get one spot at the majors, and that spot decided in the grand final of regional 3. I guess the only way that you can make it more exciting than that is a tiebreaker, but it is essentially a tiebreaker at that point. And yeah, they were able to do it, so congratulations to them, OSM. Getting some practice in NA before the major. They're over there very early. They're going to be fully acclimatized for the event. Yeah, he's going in as a massive underdog here, though, and already Daniel's dominating. OSM and Daniel, I believe, played a ranked game right before this, and OSM told me that Daniel was beating him pretty badly, but he was still excited to take the show match, get some practice in, see if he can get a game win, and see if he can stop missing open nets. He hasn't missed one yet, so that's obviously the silver lining to his 0-5 scoreline in game 1. But Batmobile Daniel is very interesting to see. I'd love to see this in 3v3 for Daniel. That would just be such an interesting twist. Daniel's one of those players with so much influence over the fan base that he's got, that if he just starts playing the Batmobile in 3v3, we will see a rise of Batmobile population all the way through every single rank in Rocket League, maybe down to like Plat. I don't know where the esports audience, where the baseline esports audience is ranked at. Yeah, OSM is definitely up against it here. I mean, as if playing Daniel in the Fennec or Daniel in the Octane is hard enough to read. Now he's in the Batmobile. I mean, how do you read Daniel in the Batmobile? Every time he's setting up a flick, it could go anywhere. OSM with very composed save here. That's lovely to see, but he's in a terrible position. It's going to be 7-0 surely. After one more save from OSM, 7-0. So yeah, OSM pretty much going to need to just use this game 1 as a learning process, try and figure out any weaknesses in Daniel's game that you can try and exploit. The issue for him these days is that Daniel really doesn't have many weaknesses in his game. The only players who have made Daniel look at all uncomfortable, it's a very short list recently. That list is comprised, if we're talking, you know, couple of months, the last games in the last couple of months. I think Jan is one of the players who've made Daniel a bit uncomfortable with the air dribble bumps that he was able to pull off consecutively. So that might be something OSM tries to do. You can also throw Vatira into the mix. Vatira with his low boost ball pressure definitely had Daniel up against it on the ropes for many games in the match they played. And of course, Zen with the high-flying aerial plays. That's going to be very hard for anyone to replicate. So I think out of the 3 players who have made Daniel feel uncomfortable, Daniel got wins in 2 of those series, by the way, even though he was, I think, made a bit uncomfortable by Vatira and Jan. Yeah, the two that are probably replicatable for OSM would be the Yan playstyle, where he's just air dribble bump spamming, and the Vatira playstyle, where you're low boost ball chasing. I think you could definitely replicate that. The problem for OSM is that if he tries to, or one of the, just to add to the list of problems he's got, is that if he tries to air dribble bump Daniel in the Batmobile actually makes it a completely different game. I mean, trying to air dribble bump a Batmobile is easier from one angle if they just decide to make themselves a big paddle by putting their larger side of the hitbox towards you. Yeah, maybe that's easier to hit, but if they turn flat, then suddenly it becomes a much harder target to hit. So yeah, I don't know if that's going to work too well, to be honest. I think low boost ball chasing is the best shot OSM's got. Yeah, for as far as kickoffs go, if you've been following Daniel's show matches recently, that's a great save by OSM. Daniel's had a ton of kickoff wins to the outside. Now, he tends to push a lot of kickoffs to the outside, grab mid boost, and start air dribbling. So that, especially on the diagonal, is the kickoff that OSM will need to look out for. Again, we see Daniel pushing the ball to the outside. This time he has to switch to the other side of the pitch to get the boost, but still same outcome. Daniel air dribbling off the sidewall. This is a terrifying prospect for anyone to go up against. Looks like he might have tried to pogo in the Batmobile. Must be harder, surely, to pogo in this car. Yeah, I think the best bet for OSM if he's trying to shut down Daniel's kickoff would be just the good old-fashioned, popularized by Scrub Killer kickoff back in the day, goal side, hook-style kickoff to the inside. You've got to just completely counter Daniel. You can't try and beat him at his own game. So here, yeah, OSM will try and get to the right side of the ball, flip left. Even then, Daniel's still got a very strong kickoff. But this is a better outcome for him. OSM time to grab boost and turn and pressure. Much better than just having to settle for low boost pad gameplay against 100 boost air dribbling Daniel. Now, can OSM finish with a bang? Double reset, bump attempt. Daniel evades him. And scores a 10th goal. Very impressive stuff from Daniel in the first game. He's got 17 shots to 4. Just complete dominance from the kickoffs. Curious to see if OSM's going to try and counter Daniel's kickoff one more time. No, he's going to try. See, this is what I mean by you can't beat Daniel at his own game. OSM there did the mirror to Daniel's strategy. He did the exact same, but on the other side of the ball, and Daniel beats him. I've seen a lot of players try and do this to Daniel, try and mirror him. It doesn't work very often. Daniel's very, very mechanical with his kickoff approach. I think the better way to beat him is just to, instead of mirroring him, just take a different strategy entirely. Who allowed this match to happen? Well, see, that was a crushing game one, but that doesn't mean that we're going to get all the games in this series be crushing. We're not guaranteed to get every game be as one-sided as that. I think OSM's pretty high rated in the ones ladder right now, so he's definitely in form. What rank is he? Can somebody check? He left the lobby to get a new car here, a new preset maybe. Okay, let's see what OSM decides to do. Wave dash recovery kickoff to start things off. Doesn't really put him in a great position. Daniel's flying forward to the flip reset once again. OSM threatening the bump there. And now the 12 boost ceiling shot. He uses all the boosts to get under the ball. Trying to generate a power shot. Daniel easily saves it. Yeah, there's been many times in the past where game one has gone, massively in favor of one player, then the other player is able to adjust in game two. I mean, when you're that far down that early, I think it was 7-0 at halftime, you're pretty much just using the rest of the game to try and learn as much about your opponent's playstyle as you can. Lovely save there from OSM. Daniel delays his shot, doubles it from close range. Still, OSM denies him. Fake challenge now gets Daniel way up in the air, but of course he can bring this back. Multiple fakes from Daniel. Couple of air dribbles now where he's let the ball bounce on the approach, and then he's still able to get control of it. OSM's respecting Daniel a great deal after the game one performance that he just put up. OSM used to be that guy in ones. Yeah, he did. He was definitely like one of the absolute best in the world, and he's the guy famous for ending Fairy Peak's year-and-a-half win streak in show matches. 16 show match in a row win streak from Fairy Peak. Spread over almost a year and a half. I think it was a year and 5 months. Zen was trying to speed run that win streak before it came to crashing to a halt at 11. Yeah, OSM again, just trying to mirror Daniel's style, and he's losing it. I really don't think that's the way you beat Daniel in this kickoff. I mean, how many... I've casted a bunch of Daniel 1v1s these days. He wins so many kickoffs by pushing it through his opponent. And yeah, trying to match him is just not something that's worked for many players, or anyone really. Now OSM in a really good position here. Can he capitalize? No, that's not the touch he wanted. I think he, had an opportunity to air dribble off the sidewall there. Instead, he just concedes possession, and indeed concedes a goal as well. That's careless. You cannot be that generous with your possession against a player like Daniel. Okay, now OSM, you've got to get goal side here, buddy. It's the only way. And yeah, he does go right. That's going to give him a better position. He still doesn't win it though. Daniel is so solid. I mean, you can't gamble and kick off goals against Daniel, but this is still a better position. I hope you guys understand that even though OSM technically lost this kickoff, he's able to pressure the ball and deny Daniel the opportunity to turn. That's the key. Hopefully he can keep that up and we won't get a one-sided game again. Not every show match can be close. This is a nice change of pace. Huge flick from Daniel. OSM at the mercy of his opponent once again. I saw First Killer's been grinding ones as well. Not sure if he's going to be playing any show matches or tournaments, but he's ranked 1 right now, if I'm not mistaken. This is going a bit better for OSM now. He's scored 1 goal from pressuring the ball after the kickoff. Now he scored a kickoff possession play. Delay kickoff going to net him a mid boost. He's starting to get more miniature wins here. Instead of just conceding possession every time, he's now fighting for possession. That's leveling out the shot advantage. Daniel still has a shot advantage from the early game here, but OSM is in a much better position. Oh, he nearly hits the reset double tap. He's not able to go for the mid boot or the back corner boost because Daniel is threatening the counter attack straight down the middle. He bails out of the shot there, instead to seal OSM's corner boost away. OSM, very composed play in the back corner, no panic, steers the ball away from danger. Zen against First Killer. I'd love to see Zen against First Killer. Last time I asked First Killer if he was going to be available, he said he was not practicing ones, but yeah, I saw he'd been grinding ones ladder. Maybe I'll ask him again, see if he's feeling up for it. I mean, I watched First Killer versus Jack on Jack's channel, and First Killer looked in really good form. Don't know if you guys caught that video. Maybe he's played Jack in multiple videos. I saw one, but yeah, First Killer looks like he's in really good form. Looked very speedy. A player as smart as First Killer, when he's feeling mechanical, he's world class, absolutely world class. Daniel looking for the pogo outplay. OSM managed to shut it down. He's a bit unlucky that that ball didn't drop in front of the net. He's still in a great position though. Lovely control by OSM. Fake challenge from Daniel gets OSM to drop the ball though. OSM not bumping Daniel, instead trying to play the ball, and Daniel just gets a goal. I think OSM might have had an opportunity to bump Daniel right here. Daniel's landing to OSM's right. Might have been an opportunity there to just go for the bump on OSM's or on Daniel's landing. I'm mistaken. He didn't play that. He was a bit worried that Daniel would get away from him and score an open net. Yeah, he's rank 1 right now, First Killer. I think it would be a great match. I mean, First Killer probably underrates himself in 1v1, which is crazy to think that, a player who's definitely top 10 in ones worldwide, in the conversation for top 5, but probably just outside it right now with the success players like Zen have been having recently. Massive flick from OSM keeps it interesting. Well, we've got a much better game here. Right, what's OSM going to do against Daniel's strongest kickoff? Delay. Doesn't have time to go for the mid boost though. This is still a decent outcome though for OSM. This beats having to defend a Daniel air dribble by a mile. And he's got another opportunity to flick. Daniel closes the gap this time after OSM successfully flicked him for the last goal. Oh, look at the turn by Daniel and the mind game. That's disgusting. Huge hop to get himself into the play. Look at this. Daniel pop, wave dash on the turn, and then the mind game. OSM just a bit too far behind that entire time. Oh, it's just another another iteration of Daniel that we've seen recently. He's one of the most adaptable guys at the top of the ones game right now. He's so speedy when he plays the Octane. He's got the full air roll play style there, and he switches to Fennec if he wants to just be unbeatable in a 50-50. Now he's got the Batmobile just to add to the mix. Anyone have any idea what inspired this, the Batmobile pickup for Daniel? Did he just wake up one morning and decide to bring it back? That's what I would guess. Revenge for Fairy Peak. Yeah, maybe that's what it is. Although Fairy Peak doesn't need Daniel to avenge him. After OSM ended Fairy Peak's win streak, Fairy Peak did go on to beat OSM again not too long after that. So Fairy Peak had multiple big win streaks that were, you know, either side of OSM beating him. He was definitely #1 in the world back then. Thanks by the way to Video Gamer, by the way, for the Prime. Perkaholic945 with a tier 1. 61-month Prime from a Geek Man, and NT Harvest with a 2-month Prime. Welcome back to you. OSM getting very cheeky with his approach in kickoffs now. Really, really smart to do this when you're losing most of your kickoffs to someone who's as consistent as Daniel is. Changing the timing of your approach is one of the easiest ways that you can change the outcome. Something that OSM's practiced over the years as well is the delayed kickoffs. He's one of the first players at the top level to really use that as a big part of his game. OSM, you know, known for those delayed kickoffs. One of the first players to combine. I've talked about this many times, but not for a while. It's been a while since we had OSM on the stream. But the things he was really known for when he was dominating, besides having just a very solid ground game and a very dangerous aerial game, he was solid in every aspect of the game. But the things that made him unique were his ground demo play. He was sometimes affectionately known as Demo SM. His open net misses, open shot miss, of course, another affectionate name the community's got for him. But yeah, the other thing, see if anyone can check and guess, what about OSM's challenge game was quite unique at the start of his rise to the top of ones. See if anyone knows what challenge OSM used, more than anyone else pretty much. It's a great success, huge save there by OSM. Yeah, well done KZ Butler and Abstraction, reverse challenges, and Adam Baguette as well. A couple of you guys know, yeah, reverse challenges, but most importantly paired off the back of fake challenges. So OSM would try and fake a challenge, and then instead of turning to go back to his goal or to go back into a shadowing position, he would actually just hold power slide to continue to advance while he's obscured by the ball, and then just half flip challenge, back flip challenge, or some kind of challenge in reverse. Very sneaky way to get a challenge in where not many players were able to see it coming. Look at this, 0-0. Very low scoring game. Daniels had control for the majority of it. OSM surviving for now. Another good save, and he tries to defend his back corner boost, fails. That's a bit of a misplay there from OSM. It will result in the first goal of the game for Daniel, unless, has he beamed this? Surely not. No, he's going to take his time and score. That's a decent defensive display by Daniel, or by OSM. I think he made the mistake in the back corner where he miscalculated. Thought he could win the race to the boost, and it turned out he could not. Daniel looks so unplayable when he's just driving the ball around the pitch. OSM does not have many openings to exploit. Not many angles he can surprise OSM, or just surprise his opponent from. Sidewall double by Daniel, it's on. OSM's there for it. Daniel wants to demo in the back corner. OSM saw it coming. Now a chance for the counter-attack. OSM steers it wide. And, or rather, Daniel steals it wide. I don't know why I'm mixing up these two's names so much. They're not even slightly alike. I feel like it's one of those things as a caster that when you do it once, it's all you can think about. You just keep doing it again and again. Just say the names wrong all the time. This was an unfair match. I don't think so. I mean, OSM's definitely able to put up close games. The last game was a close game. This game as well, pretty close. I think if OSM can establish one good kickoff style against Daniel, then he'll have a much better chance. He's lost out on a race to a corner boost once again. So close. I mean, this game from OSM has been his best showing, but even the last game, I think he at least in the second half, played very well. Now, of course, Daniel's a favourite, but if you're only going to put Daniel into matches where he's 50-50 or, you know, 55-45% to win, you won't see much Daniel 1v1, because there's only like a handful of players in the world who are at his level right now. It's good to see the S tier players play against the A or B tier players every now and again. Wonderful flick from OSM. The rebound as well. Oh, he's got a late lead here. Minute and 15 to go. Really whipped that flick into the bar. Beautiful technique. X Darzin, thanks to the Prime. Appreciate this. The brand new sub. I almost said resub. OSM will have to back down again. The ball's not in a position where Daniel can immediately air dribble. OSM sits underneath Daniel as the ball bounces back down towards the two of them. Great boost management by Daniel. OSM needs to be careful. That shot is one just simply to back Daniel down. Oh, what a snipe though. Daniel on the turn just slots it bottom corner. OSM thought he could get the corner boost and then make it back to his goal. No, Daniel is just too fast. And his shots from distance, too consistent. OSM keeps going back to that same losing kickoff. I really don't like that. You know, I've said it many times, mirroring Daniel in this, not going to work. But he has tried other kickoffs as well and beamed it. Oh, that's the worst possible thing that OSM could have done here. He's panicked as Daniel's faking multiple shots here. OSM clearly wanted to go as quickly as possible there, and he panic flips, leaving his net open. Trailing by 1 now with 39 seconds to go. Delayed kickoff again, much better from OSM. He's got a brief open net here, and he's just scored it. Oh my goodness, OSM defeats his demons. I thought he'd hit the post again. I think his quick chat there will indicate that he thought the same thing. Just slots it, bottom corner. Nice little mix up there in the kickoff from OSM. He needs more of those though. This is another one. Well played. So smart by OSM. Instead of going back to standard kickoff and losing, he's keeping Daniel guessing, and he's got another kickoff possession play. Big aerial play from OSM now. Once the floor pinch, Daniel meets it at the ground level, takes him out. Oh, what a demo as well. Now Daniel could just shoot this. Looks like it's a bit of a missed power shot though. Now OSM defends his back corner boost but loses life in the process. Now how's the ball going to bounce? OSM spawns between the ball and the goal. Genius decision there by the Icelander. Daniel wants to turn and keep the pressure on. OSM knows better than to leave the ball. And how about this? Able to fight into a position where now he can keep it up in the air. So can Daniel. OSM gets the demo. It's going to be the last chance of the game for him. OSM against Daniel. Air dribble is up in the air. The bump follows, and he connects with it. Oh my goodness, OSM takes a game. I feel like this is just the prophecy. The prophecy, the air dribble bump. I told you guys. That might be one thing, maybe, that OSM could look to do. And he picked the best possible time to do it. 0 seconds. As Daniel's respawning with without 100 boosts to play with. Very smart end of the game there by OSM. Realizing he's losing kickoff, so he mixes it up with the delay and then the fake, and nearly lost the game. But genius decision to spawn between the ball and his goal to stay in the match, and then gets a 0 second play as well. I want to also give a quick shout out to Daniel, because he didn't need to keep that ball up in 0 seconds. He did though, just for the entertainment value. I think he knew he wasn't in a great position, but he kept it up anyway. Love to see that. And Daniel's actually left and I've rejoined the match. Are we going to see Fennec or Octane Daniel? I'm predicting Fennec Daniel here. I think he's had enough. He's like, nah, I had enough of this. That one long shot that Daniel took where he slightly mishit the ball, that's probably got him thinking, I need to get back into a car I'm good at. I can't hit the ball cleanly in this. Yep, Fennec, and yet Fennec Daniel for game 4. But the main question is he going to air roll? Let's find out. So far, no real indicators of Daniel or Dan Droid being present. Okay, that was a 0 air roll defensive play. Oh, thought about it. Tried to sneak in an air roll there, but nothing too crazy. Jury's out on Dan Droid at the moment, still. OSM tried to force an own goal there, but Daniel knows better and just drives into the corner. Yeah, I'd say definitely leaning a bit more towards Dan Droid so far, but again, unclear. Still unclear. No air dribbles for Daniel, so we're not sure which playstyle he's decided to go with here. I think Dandroid would be a really good player against OSM. OSM will get so confused if you just suddenly change to the Fennec and stop air rolling. OSM will have a hard time reading Daniel. Maybe just go Octane full air roll for the last game if we do go game 5. Some people think I'm joking when I'm talking about this, but I'm actually not. Like, this is seriously a great thing for Daniel to be able to do. Just completely switch playstyle and keep his opponent guessing. Genuinely won him a tournament on my channel with the Pro Drops NA. A low scoring start of a game though. OSM's surviving Daniel's attack a lot better. It's not just about figuring out the kickoff, not just about figuring out an offensive strategy that can threaten Daniel's world-class defense, but also like just figuring out how to stop conceding against this guy. OSM's way out of the game here. Daniel takes his time with the open net. In fact, not able to get it. OSM lunges into the save at the top corner. Now closes the gap. Well played by OSM. Not going to be able to defend his back corner boost, but he's on the ball. And this is really a great outcome when you look at where he was just a few seconds ago. 0 boost. Looking like he's going to concede an open net. Daniel's still in control. As we approach halftime, still 0-0. This time OSM is able to defend his back corner boost. Bumps Daniel out the play. He's worried about getting bumped a second time there, so he just jumped instead. OSM controls. Flicks high. He's going to maybe think about demoing Daniel in the landing here. Daniel floated a bit longer in the air to stay away from danger. OSM reading the bounce well. Oh, his own goal though. He knew it was going to bounce, but he hit it off his own. Right, in an attempt to hit his own post, he's put it in his own net. I'm sorry, OSM. We have to watch this again. What did he try and do here? Yeah, last second he decided to try and put it off his own post and counter-attack because Daniel was right on top of him. If Daniel was a bit further away there, no doubt OSM would have just steered it across the goal, played for the counter-attack at the far side of the pitch. I think the proximity of Daniel just made OSM second guess his strategy, and his own goal. Actually, the only goal in almost 3 minutes is an own goal. Crazy. No one after game 1 would have thought that we'd have such a defensive matchup on our hands. OSM's really leveled up in that regard. Big time challenge from OSM. Escapes the demo. Tries one of his own. Daniel survives. He got the back corner boost in that exchange as well. OSM immediately running back. He's well aware that Daniel can crunch shots from that distance. Well, here goes OSM again. Will it be another air dribble bump? Looks like boost might have ran out before he could think about it. Lovely turn. OSM keeps the pressure on. Daniel just goes right through him. But the pass middle is right back to OSM. Well, look at this. Daniel actually called OSM's bluff here, and he put in a very good challenge in terms of height, but he got the angle all wrong. The ball just went right back to OSM, who was waiting in the middle. Big kickoff win now for OSM. Not much boost left over, but the boost steal is there. Daniel's knocked off the inside of his post, though. Wow. He manages to even out the boost advantage and take possession by sniping the inside of his own post as he saved the ball. OSM now diving into the challenge. OSM surprising Daniel with these aggressive challenges after shadowing for most of the game. Just over a minute left. OSM beats Daniel to the back corner boost. Daniel's backed off the entire way. Now OSM's got the whole pitch to decide what he wants to do. Opts for the flick. Daniel saves. The boost isn't there to be stolen. That means it's going to spawn for Daniel if he wants it. He wants to pressure the ball instead. OSM flicks early. Did not want to be in a dangerous position. Beautiful center ball by OSM to himself here. He's got Daniel in a really rough spot now. Daniel survives. Strong 50-50 by him. This is a rare moment in this series where OSM's had full control. OSM box out the play though by Daniel. He's got an open net now. He's not going to miss this one. Couple touches and he's up by 1 goal with just 29 seconds to go. Bit of a gamble there by OSM. The net was open, but he had to jump over his opponent to get to the ball. Always risky. There's a delayed kickoff again though by OSM. Daniel's fallen for it one more time. Immediate shot by OSM and it's good. Well, he's done it again. 2 games in a row. The delayed kickoff brings him back level. Probably wishing he spawned diagonal now so he could fake it like last game. Standard wins it, and this is the benefit of faking the kickoff every now and then. He's got Daniel overthinking it. Daniel fakes a touch. Easily has control. Brilliant boost management by Daniel here. OSM's all over him though. He might go for another air double bump on the end of the game. Daniel's up early to counter it. OSM was definitely thinking about it. Now he's got options off the sidewall. Reset for OSM. Daniel again closes the distance. Brilliant air double defense by Daniel. Now straight spawn kickoff. That means we're probably going to see midfield play here in some way. OSM doesn't get a very good touch there though. That doesn't buy him a lot of time. Daniel's shot threatens the top corner. Great landing by OSM on the back wall. He has to just settle for bumping Daniel though. And he's used all of his boosts. Where's the ball going? Oh, it's in the net directly. OSM decided he might as well go. He did not want to have to defend. Well played. Daniel spotted the rush challenge coming and he slots it with the beat. He didn't even need to. I think even if that bounced into the corner, Daniel's probably still scoring. Great play by him. OSM says, wish I played like that all series. Maybe it would have been more exciting. Hey, I think that was an exciting series. I think that was a great try by OSM against one of the best 1v1 players on the planet right now. Very impressive stuff. Just going to really quickly check the ladder ranking of OSM before I forget. Yeah, Daniel is 8th. Yeah, first killer number 1 right now. Daniel 8th. Where's OSM? He's been grinding. Yeah, he's 28th right now. 1570.